I only got one more night, I'm gonna leave out loud goodbye.
This gonna be the type of night they make movies about.
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, Mr. Von. Mr. Von, Channel Sweatbox. We back, we live, we active here on the channel. Yes, indeed. Man, let's talk about Rick and Morty, Season 5, Episode 8. Rickternal Friendshine of the Spotless Mort. Which is, of course, the play on the Jim Carrey movie, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Great movie. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. This episode was huge. It wasn't the funniest episode, and I will be the first to admit that. This was a great episode, though. And we got some huge, and I love how we got some huge reveals, and they kind of just breezed by them in the show. But then for us as viewers, I was like, when I heard it, and I'll talk to them, I was like, what? Did I just hear that correctly? And I had to rewind the episode to make sure I heard it correctly. We're going to talk about that in this episode. This was a great episode. Basically, this episode, spoilers alert, of course, you know what I'm saying? If you didn't see the title, this is a spoiler review, so we spoiling shit. So this episode starts with the whole family going on a cruise, apparently, and Rick's staying at the house. He's like, nah, I'm chilling. He said, I'm going to stay here. The minute you guys leave, the possibilities for a new Pickle Rick increase exponentially. He's great. I love Rick. So then the family leaves, and then that's it. We don't see them again for the rest of the episode. This whole episode was Rick and his journey to save his best friend, Bird Person. And man, this episode was deep. Because if you guys remember, in the last time we seen Bird Person or Phoenix Person was in the season 4 finale. Yeah, the season 4 finale when he came back with Tammy and they attacked Space Beth and Rick and the entire family. And Rick and Phoenix Person, aka Bird Person, ended up having this huge fight where Bird Person almost kills Rick, and at the end he was turned off by Beth, and then Rick took him back and vowed to fix him, and that's the last time we seen him. He was just on the wall, you know what I'm saying, going crazy because he still wanted to kill Rick. But in this episode, it looks like Rick has fixed Bird Person, and he's back to normal. He's scarred up, he's got the Frankenstein scars on his face, but he's back. But his subconscious does not want to be back. He wants to die. So Rick, on some Inception shit, on some Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind shit, goes into Bird Person's subconscious to rescue him. And throughout this, we see a lot of the history between Rick and Bird Person. And it was great. We run into a younger version of Rick that's actually Bird Person's memory of Rick. And he sees Rick as a certain type of way. But it was great. And that Rick instantly realized who it was. And I was like, there's so much shit in this episode that was so, like, obviously I'm jumping around. There was one, because I want to remember it. Talk about it while I remember it. At the end of the episode, when they're jumping through the jump ports to get back to the main memory so they can get back to the end, when they jump to the comedy club, the Squatchy's Horrible Comedy Club, and they see Rick, he was like, oh, I'm a memory, I knew it, and I sent to this comedy. That shit was hilarious. I was dying. That shit was hilarious. And but like, again, the revelations, everything, we got some huge revelations as far as Bird Person and Rick's relationship, the Battle of Blood Ridge, that whole scene, and we find out that at the Battle of Blood Ridge, Rick extended his friendship and was rejected by Bird Person. Bird Person didn't really want to be Rick's friend, and that was the last they saw of each other when we heard Bird Person say, "If you need me." Because Bird Person did feel obligated to Rick because Rick helped him. So he says, if you need me, hit the beacon. And so then we don't see Bird Person hit again until Rick hits the beacon in season 1 when they're having the party. So this was we get a lot of Squanchy in this episode. We get a lot of memories of where Squanchy and Bird Person and Rick, their battles with the Federation. And the big stuff that we find out, and I've sandbagged enough, let's talk about it. The big stuff that we find out is that Rick's wife Diane was killed, probably by the Federation, and that Beth was also killed. Yes, mind blown. At some point, both Diane and Beth were killed, and that this Rick is now living with a version of his dead daughter. And apparently there are a bunch of Ricks that do this, because apparently there was this one, I don't know if it was multiple timelines or there was one time, well, I don't know. But Beth is dead. It's kinda. Not really, but kind of. And Rick's wife is Diane. This was a huge reveal. When he said, "You're one of those freaks that lives with a version of our dead daughter," I was like, did he just say dead daughter? I had to rewind it. And then we all assumed that Diane was dead, but it seems like the fake backstory that he gave in the season 3 episode 1 premiere when he was trying to escape from the Federation might not be so fake after all. Because there's a lot of, I don't know, but I don't know. But that was the biggest revelation to me. Was that Beth was killed at one point. That Beth died. Oh my God, it was huge. I was like, what? And so, there was a bunch of funny shit in here. Like, one of the funniest moments I thought was when Bird Person was watching one of his memories of him and Tammy on a date, and Tammy asked him, "So what kind of seed do you eat?" And he was like, "Oh, I like this kind of seed, whatever." And she was like, "I liked eating your seed." And then it looks up at Bird Person, he's like, "Don't be gross, Tammy." Tammy was nasty when he first met her. They was at the party. She was nasty. Oh man, but yeah, man, this was a great episode. We find out that Bird Person has a daughter or a kid. I think it's a daughter. Yeah, it is a daughter. We have Bird Person has a daughter, and she's crazy. She's locked up by the Federation in some prison, and she's hardcore, man. They show her in the post-credit scene beating the shit out of some people. Man, it was dope. I was like, that was dope. So I don't know. And at the end, Bird Person and Rick still don't really mend their fence, because Bird Person has to question. He said, Rick, did you withhold telling me that I had a child in the off chance that I might have to not hang out with you because I have to raise the child? And Rick was like, and then Bird Person was like, "Man, I'll see you when I see you, bro." Kind of just flew off. I was like, man, Rick just can't get it right. He just continues to be a piece of shit. Even though he tries to do that, he does a great thing. He saves Bird Person, who Bird Person was ready to, he didn't want to be resurrected. He was like, "I died when Tammy killed me. Let me die." And Rick was like, "You can't die. You have a son, you have a daughter. You got to go rescue her. She's a prisoner." It was a good episode, man. It was a really good episode. Next, we got the season finale, man. We did it like 2 weeks off. It's not until the first week of September to where we get the season finale. And it's going to be an hour long. So I think it's going to be 2 episodes. They're just stretching it out to an hour. I think it's going to be episode 9 and 10. But I don't know, man. We will see. This was a huge episode. Mind blown at the reveals of this episode, man. I know there's a lot that I didn't cover, but those was the main points, man. There was jokes that didn't get whatever. But the main point, well, I do want to talk about the fact that Gear Dude, aka Gearhead's older brother, died in the wars with them, and that's the only reason that they were ever hanging out with Gearhead. It's because they respected his brother Gear Dude. That was funny also. That was very funny. Yeah, that was very funny. Anyway, this was another great episode. Huge reveal. I still am tripping over the fact that the reveal that we got in this episode. It was crazy. But anyway, make sure, what do you guys think? What did you guys think of this episode? What did you guys think of the reveal that Beth is dead? We got the Diane whole reveal. A lot. I like where this was going. I like it. This was still a very funny episode too. Let's be clear. I just said this wasn't the funniest episode of the season. It was still very funny. But the reveal, the huge reveals to me almost overweighed the funniness, and that's what's so great about this show, because as funny as this show can be, and we all know it's hilarious, it's stuff like this that'll make you be like, oh, well, that's right, this show can get very serious at times, and it can reveal huge plot points and stuff like that. So, shouts out to Rick and Morty for continuing to be the greatest show on television, the greatest comedy show on television. And, yeah, man, that's it. Holla at your boy. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Click those notifications. Check out the travel vlogs, all the other videos we got on the channel. Make yourself at home. Welcome to Mr. Von's channel, Sweatbox. We're glad you're here. Come in, take your shoes off, hang out for a while, and watch some videos. Until next time, you know how we do.
I'ma go to the ends with you. I'ma go to the end with you. I'ma go.